Alright, those of you who watched the first video will know that I bought a Golf GTI that was no good, or not for me anyway, to repair. So I bought another Golf GTI which isn't damaged, and we're going to fit the wide body kit, which if you watch the shorts on the channel you'll see me unboxing that, the Kevlar TCR race kit. So we're just going to crack on, rip the front wings off, get the front bumpers off, and then we'll get into the rear bumper and just test fit the kit. Alright, first things first, we'll take the headlights out, the grille, the bumper and the front wings. You've all seen this box, so I'll just open it again. Okay. Right, we'll try. This is the rear arch, so that goes somewhere there. Once I've cut all that out. That's it, that's where it sits there like that. Very wide. And then this is the you can see with this kit lot, they put all the riv nuts in. So when you screw it to the body, it's all built into the kit. It's very well made. Well done, Schmid Motorsport. You've done a good job. Same as the front wings, or guards, or fenders. Look, see? All the attachments. Right, let's see what this looks like when it's on the car. It's very wide, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you can see each piece has been ticked off, look, with my name on it. So they've been inspected. It fits nice. Happy days. All Kevlar lined as well. Very lightweight. Loose from the centre, and it must attach underneath somewhere. So that goes on the front there. You just have to lose all that, and it attaches onto here. So now, I think, what is it there? That's it, goes onto there. And it supports all the front bumper. Bonnet scoop. So that'll go there. Trying to work out what these are for. Don't know. pieces that go on there. So that'll sit like that. And then I'll cut all this arch away and weld it on.
You got black stuff on your face.
Holy moly, it's gonna be wide. Okay, day two, because this is the second day now we're at it. I've just been test fitting the panels, so just lining up all the gaps and making that aperture around the petrol cap. Just finessing all that. It takes a lot of time. That sort of section there took about 4 hours just to get, you know, the body lines right, and it still needs a bit more work. Yeah, these kits, like I've said before, they don't fit first time. You have to do a lot of fitting, taking off. That's probably why I haven't filmed much of it, because it's just me for hours putting it on and off and fitting it. Also, we're going to cut a hole in the bonnet. So I'm going to cut a hole in the bonnet for the vent. So I've been measuring on this side, that's the only bit left, but we'll do that for another day. And obviously just finessing all the panel gaps as well. Once it's all fitted, we can do a lot of sanding and then get it ready for paint before we take it off the car. Also, this morning I was just moving the car. Where did I put that, Gracie? Oh, there. And the ambient temperature sensor was hanging down. Managed to snap that off. So I'll have to join that back up. So all the panels have been sold, by the way, as well. So the front bumper, rear bumper, little trim side skirts, and the exhaust are sold, and the front wings, guards, fenders, they've been sold. So all that's out my way. So because space is a premium there, it'll be 2 cars as well. So, and also just a little bit of background on it. I bought this just up the road, so it was like 5 minutes drive. I was going to go over east and buy one. That would have been a plane ride and then transporting the car back. Yeah, I bought it off a guy called Dale. So if you're watching this, Dale, nice one, mate. I'm going to put the exhaust on as well, which was supplied by XForce. So we'll put that on in the next video. But today I'm just going to be cutting a hole in the bonnet and trying to align everything. Also, a little bit of background on the car that I did have. Yeah, that Golf, and I know I don't want to keep going on about it, but I got royally scammed on that. Here goes me cutting the bonnet. This is just once I've cut it, I've cut it. So this is either going to be work out well or be a total disaster and I'll need a new bonnet. So I've covered the windscreen up because the sparks have damaged the glass. And we'll see how we go. Hang on, I have to get my earplug in. Okay. Okay, now I've got to cut through all the supports through the bonnet there. So, moment of truth. I think I might have to cut that out as well. But let's just see how good my measurements were. I think I might have to cut that out. Okay. So it fits.
But you just need to cut that out.
Yeah, piece out. Yes, there we go. It's a treat. Success! So I was going to show you this in the next video, but I'm going to go through it now. So on the back of these panels we've got what look like riv nuts. So they're bonded in threads. So what I've got to do is make a mark on the door where those 3 threads go, and then obviously we'll get some panel bond on the rest of the panel. And as you can see, it's got an inner sort of arch as well. And then this will have to be cut out. I'll go into that in a minute. So I just wanted to show you the sills are sort of bonded around the top of the doors, and then I've got to find a way of fixing these. So I'm going to find some nice sort of pan head fixings, maybe plastic ones to go into there, and panel bond it as well. So they just sit over the original sort of sill, and then under here there's a centre bracket that we'll put some riv nuts in. I'll show you that in the next video. I'm going to take the door card off, and then we're going to get to drilling some holes. And what I've got to do, I've got to drill through the inner skin to the outer skin to get my tool in to do these things up, because they're not in line with anything. Okay, so I'll take the door card off, which is pretty simple. The trim's off.
Say that again.
What?
Say it again.
Okay, we're just taking the interior trims, so this has got to come off on the door handle, and then there's a Torx in there, a little cam that you turn on the bottom of these ones, so you take the reflector off, and then there's a little black plastic cam that you turn, and there's another one just under here as well, which I need to take off. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering who's behind the camera, it's my daughter Gracie, which is, we won't say the middle child, we'll say the second oldest. She's behind the camera because Olivia is off in Portsmouth at uni for the 12 months. So she's busy getting educated, or not educated, as the case may be. And then I think that's a little 10, it won't be a 10 mil. I think. Yeah, that's it. And it's just a matter of pulling the door off, he said. Let's use these little door trim pullers. There we go. And then there's a little clip here that you release for the door catch and speaker. Let's take that off. I'll just take that out and then remove this panel, because inside here is where I need to get to. So probably need to drill a hole here and go through. Speaker has to come out, so we'll take the speaker out. And Volkswagen in their wisdom put rivet them in the doors, so then you've got to drill them out. and then I'll go through the lock for the top one. And weirdly enough, as I took the panel off, that fell out the other side as well. Whew. Okay, so I'll just drill the rivets out on that speaker. Speakers out. And in there. Out, out. Hot. Hot. Hot and hot. Yes, very hot. Okay. So, alright, now to the outside of the door, we're going to put some blobs of grease on to indicate where the holes are, and then we can drill through the door. So half of these have been used. What's going on?
Delete.
No, I think they're just stained. Delete. Oh dear. Right. The only little trick I know is to put a blob of grease on these little threads, and that'll mark the door for me. If anyone knows any better ways, please drop me a message, because this is the only way I know. Try and get it in the right position first time without touching the door. What do you reckon? Was I near it? We'll try that again.
Yeah. Take two.
So, shall we go see? Shall we go in there?
Yes.
Just going to drill these 3 holes with a step drill. Okay. So these are going to be hidden with the door cards anyway, so I'm just so I can get my socket in there easy enough to tighten them up. That's it. And then that one I can get to where the door lock is. Take the door lock off and screw that in. Alright, so there's the panel just loosely bolted onto the door from the inside, and then it will get panel bond inside there, and we'll just finesse that door gap there and get that, so I'm at a point where I'm happy with it. Just under there where the diffuser is, I'm going to make some brackets for that, and I think then just go gradually around the car, just, you know, making sure all these points are spot on, and then it can go off the paint. And I'm quite happy with the way the bonnet turned out first time. That was great. Just got to do a little trim in this corner just to get that down, and then there'll be like a mesh insert going in there. And then because of this is a TCR kit, the TCR race cars have intercooler that's going off on an angle like that, so that's why they have the scoop in the bonnet, but it's going to give me more cooling. And then I'm going to put a TCR air filter and canister that will sit in there and then go off to the front there. So yeah, that's that done. I can't believe, yeah, I probably measured it. It took me about 3 hours to measure it out. What they say, measure twice, cut once. Measure 50 times, cut once. Also, I've ordered some wheels for it, and they're going to be 11 inches wide, so come flush with the wheel arches. So they're on there. Hopefully they'll be in the next sort of 2 months, I think, when they've finished those. So yeah, these pram wheels will be disappearing because they're not wide enough. And also I'll be putting the brakes on as well, the Brembos on the front. And also I've got some suspension upgrades that needs to be changed, and then the tie rod gets an extension as well. So these have to go on because the wheel placement, the wheels it's changed the geometry of the wheel so that the wheel has to come more forward. So these arms will go on, and then that will centre the wheel in the wheel arch. That's also for the back bumper as well. That comes with the kit, so that has to go, I think, and support the back bumper. I'm not sure where that goes at the moment. We're going to figure that one out. And then cutting holes in this little channel here where the front grille slots in. And then I wanted to take away the crash bar, but for safety reasons, if it was a full race car I probably would, but for safety reasons I'm going to leave that in, and then get a front mount intercooler in there, and then put some mesh like I did on the Beetle. Oh, by the way, if you want to know anything about the Beetle, people have been asking me about the Beetle. It's engineered now, so it's past engineering, and in WA what we do, if you modify a car, it has to go through engineering, and then it goes through what they call over the pits, so they check all the brakes, no wheel licks, stuff like that. So that's all ready to go over the pits now, after the engineers give me a thumbs up on that. So that's good news. I can get it back on the road. If any of you don't know the story behind the Beetle, what happened was I went to like a car park, car meet, and somebody took pictures of the Beetle, and because it was already registered I didn't engineer it, which was partly my fault, and sent photos into the Department of Transport. So I had to take it off the road and have my plates in. That's the way it works here. So now it's all engineered. So whoever did send those photos in, thanks for that. Really appreciate your hard work and your efforts, taking photos of people's cars and then sending them to the DOT. And we're all just car enthusiasts, you know. We just want people to, you know, go and meet like-minded people, but some people decide that no, that's not what they want to do. They want to put people in an awkward position. And I understand the safety aspect of it is, yeah, I did drive the car, yeah, it was registered and insured, but I did drive the car without it being engineered. But yeah, I suppose no excuse on my part, but then also why do people feel the need to, you know, yeah, spoil other people's enjoyment. On the next one, oh yeah, before we go, just remembered, so when I cut these wheel arches out, so obviously that piece there has got to be cut out, and then the two seams will be welded together. So I've gone out and bought a MIG welder, and I'm not I'm not a fabricator by any means of the word, but I've bought a MIG welder so I can do it myself. I wanted to, you know, try and do it myself. I've done a bit of MIG welding before, but I'm not an expert. But I'm sure when I do the video on the welding, people are going to jump on me and say, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" But I'm going to cut the seam, pitch the two bits of steel together, tack it up, and then we're going to seam sealer it and paint it. So it's all going to be nice and sealed and neat inside there. I think that's the only cutting I've got to do. But yeah, thanks all mate so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.
Morning, you never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away.